Good day to all. This is my tutorial about JRC integrated bridge system. I created for familiarization and refreshing purposes for myself and for my colleagues as well. It is not meant to be perfect, it's just familiarization, so I strongly recommend to use your common sense and latest instruction manual available for your particular version of the JRC system. So first of all, I will show you which version I use at the moment, and then we will take a look at all these options that you have available on the screen in anti-clockwise fashion, starting from right side and ending in the menu. But first of all, I will start from the version, so we will go to menu. So there is a button in the left bottom corner. We press it, then press arrow down, then maintenance and system information. So this is the system I'm currently using at the moment. So this is not ECDIS, this is radar, but this radar, by this 6X, you can see that this is X-band radar. And this system has available ECDIS mode. So here you can see two buttons. These two are grayed out, so it is not available. These two are available, radar and ECDIS. So this is backup ECDIS located on the bridge. In normal situation it is used as radar, but it can also be available, it is also available as an ECDIS. So I will use this backup console to show you all for purposes of this video. So this application is 1.4 and so on and so on. One of the important lines here is presentation library. The latest required version is 4.0. This will be checked by PSC, so you should be prepared to show it to any PSC inspector that you use in the latest presentation library. The latest to the date of making of this video is 4.0, so if it is some date after 2020, it may be some different version. So we go to, then we can go to functionality. So this tab is only for familiarization, for information purpose. It is not available to user. It is only available for adjusting to service technician. For user, you can see what options are available on this station. So as I said previously, ECDIS and radar enabled, so you can use it. Coning display is grayed out, but is like a baseline. If it is required by company, service technician can enable everything, so you can use on any station whatever you like, but it is only when requested. So far I have not experienced that we required any of these tabs. So when scrolling down, we can see more and more. Coning display, AMS, same, disabled. Next. Go on. This is a maximum number of targets. Radar targets 100, AIS target 500. And we can go down and study all these options. Next one is user permit. This will be supplied to you when upon installation of the JRC ECDIS system or integrated bridge system. So it will be only required when first time installing the system. So I will not explain it any further because all explanation will be supplied to you when by maker, or I think it will be installed by the service technician. So specification. So you can see here is applicable to the following specifications, and here some standards which this station is meeting. Some IMO resolution, hydrodynamic organization, again this presentation library edition 4.0. So that's it with this menu. So we close it, and then we start from this window display. Info monitoring. So this tab that will be displayed down, so you can close it to see more on the chart, or you can add some tab to have some additional information. So press on the plus button and we can see available tabs that we can display on the screen. At the moment I will select AIS list, for example, and here you can see the AIS targets in the vicinity that are required by AIS. So what's next? Where there are some options, you will see this arrow down button, so you can press it and see what other options you can select with these sensors. You can select other sensor, for example GPS 1, GPS 2, dead reckoning if you don't have positioning system available, maybe out of order or whatever reason. There is also menu that you can display everything, all options here, and this will be easier to overview the situation, sensor situation on ECDIS. So we press on menu. Here you will see position, main, sub, heading from gyro, or you can select other source, log or something else, course of ground, time, depth. I think this is self-explanatory. So position status. This is Konin position, reference position. On this particular vessel it is from Konin position. Only one point that you can select, but again this is input by service technician. This is only for your reference. So close it. Next one is this message window. So this is very similar to what you have in your mobile phone, quite similar. So before we go exploring this window, I want to mention that it can be displayed in different ways. If you have the route monitoring active on the station, it will be shown only like this. But you see now route monitoring is selected, is active, in progress. But if we unload the route, now it is unloaded, you will see here there will be two more available options on this window, like normal and enlarged. So we can enlarge this window and we can properly see all information available here, like navtex, alert from AMS system, from AMS display, alert history, AIS message tray. I think this you should research for yourself to understand how it works. So this is different messages. Here you can read it, delete it, or jump it. If it has some location, you can jump directly to this warning and study if it is pertaining to your voyage. So next, active alert. Also there will be list of alerts and their status. What's next? Alert history. All previous cautions, warnings, and so on. All warnings you can see. Then AIS. This only for your reference. It does not. You cannot edit it. Just for reference. And AS message tray. Here you can see all the messages received by AIS, and you can also reply to those messages. So this is received. In order to send, you will need to press edit and follow the instructions in the following message. So next, this is MOB marker, man overboard. When pressing it, there will be man overboard icon here and position in the window in the corner. This I don't have. For MOB I don't have any screenshot, so this you can study on your own. So what's next? We can see color and brightness modes, daylight, dusk, night mode. Pressing on this one icon, you can change the display mode. And here I think I omitted that you can select menus also here. Just same thing. And this is twilight, I think twilight mode and so on. Pressing on this icon you can change to night mode. So you will see that all colors and brightness will change automatically, including this screen brightness and keyboard brightness. Either way you can change them selectively. night mode, and back to day mode. Here also further you have like knob status. You have this knob on your keyboard. You can press on it and change whatever you changing, brightness or vector, depending on what you select. What I have here at the moment, it is brightness. You can change brightness just revolving the knob on the keyboard. Now it is changed to vector time. So I revolve it and you can very easily and fast see the vectors of other targets and your target and your own ship very fast. You can assess the situation. So this is, I'm still revolving. So the next one is event marker. At the moment it is pressed and you can see all position and time of this event in case you need. And you can also add a comment for the later time, so you know what this event is made for. So pressing on comment, you can enter, for example, echo entry. Enter. Also be aware about display scale. This is quite important because if you don't select correct one, you may not see this event mark on the screen. It will be just not displayed. Maximum scale, usually for practical purposes, I always set to 1:1. This one minimum scale, more practical 1 million, 1 to 1 million, but depending on the purpose that you are using it. So what's going next? Now we delete this mark. So one more thing is this home point is designed for instantly going back to your vessel's position. So for example, you are checking some chart features in some other location, other port for example. You can press just one time this button and you can jump to your own position of your ship. So this next one is 1:1. This chart display scale will be set to its designed value. If you are not using 1:1 design scale value, some chart features can be omitted and not be displayed or displayed not properly. So this one you should be checking frequently during your watch. So officer of the watch should be pressing this button quite frequently during the normal watch on the bridge. And next one is displaying of the chart features. There are 4 options: base, standard, all, and custom. So the most practical is custom because you select exactly what you need and you disable what you don't need for particular passage or for particular state of the passage. So we press it and we jump directly to the view options menu. You can also access it from the menu, but if you want to instantly go to this view options of the chart, chart display, you press on custom and select chart display setting. So in this in the right portion of this window, you will see chart display features, and you go one by one. I mostly use group layer to set them in groups, so you have easier overview of different groups of the features. So next, this tick I always keep on, so we don't have some undisplayed objects. Better to have all objects available on the screen, unless you are 100% sure that you don't need it. So text size, chart load auto, S57, this no need for explanation. Next. This mode is useful during passage planning. When you're planning, you want to see all available data for every chart, for every portion of the passage. So this is quite useful during passage planning, or for just double checking or cross reference during monitoring, passage monitoring. You can select it, check what you need, and then go back to custom. The standard and base should not be used. This is just my opinion. You can decide for your own, but these two options shall never be used. You should check what custom options you require at the moment and use custom. During base and standard, some very important features or dangerous may not be displayed. Most probably will not be displayed. So be aware not to use this. Or if you need it, just activate and then go back to all or custom. And here you will see what's the difference in chart display when selecting different modes. So this is base. You can see only cost line and some whatever you select, safety contour. That's all. No dangers, or only major, very major. And this is back to custom. So next is true motion. Here you can select true motion or relative motion or browsing. So in true motion, the screen will be stationary and the ship will be moving on the screen. And when the ship is reaching the edge of the chart will move. And in relative motion, chart will be moving, but the ship will be stationary. This is most practical for sea passage. So in this tab, you can select either north-up, course-up, or course-up with selected angle. So north-up is normal for most of the times, course-up for some coastal passages or river passages. You can select that your course will be going up. This is the course line. This is north up, and you can select whatever angle that you need, irrespective of course or north, whatever is required to you at the moment. So next one is scale. You can either select the scale you need or the range. Why we have two? Because this station can be used as radar and as ECDIS both, and there can be radar display overlaid on the electronic chart. So you can use either range designed for radars or scales designed for charts. So this is 96 miles. This you can see how much you can the screen can reach in 96 miles. This is maximum range of the radar, and this is maximum scale of the chart, 20 million. Here you can do it like a changing this bar up and down, zooming in or out. Next is this menu, whatever additional options you can see, how you can some tools, how you can work with the chart. This is synchronization with other stations. So if you load the chart on some other station, you can you don't need to copy this route to all other stations. You can press synchronize and it will be synchronized automatically. When you load, for example, route on one station, it will be activated on all other stations, provided that on all other stations you have this button pressed. So map off. This will remove some features of the chart. User chart, as you can see here, show height user chart. This is user chart. This means the chart that is made by the user. For example, this information overlay, pilot reporting, VTS reporting, and so on. So heading line off if it is obscuring your view. Hide the heading line while pressing. So once you release the button, it will be displayed again. This is one more time user map, display or remove. This is, for example, what you can do with user map. You make some markings, and in this window you can select what you want to mark, text or line or whatever, color, EBL, VRM, and you can also enter the position where you want it to be. So for deleting, you have this eraser. You can erase the vertices that you put on the chart. Other way, you can just right click on the line, it will be all selected, and you can delete altogether. So this is text marking. Here you can see type, text, color, red, dark red. Here you can see if you press this data on off, while pressing, most of the data will be removed from the screen, so you can see, for example, coastline more distinctly. Menu already I showed. We will discuss this more closely in next videos. This is vector that you can change either here or here, whichever is convenient to you. Here you can press input exactly how many minutes you want. This button will activate AIS targets. For example, we press, it will be blue, and you will see, for example, this fishing vessel. These two buttons for radar 1. You can see some target here, T1. And radar 2, for example, X-band radar and S-band radar. And you will see the details of these targets also displayed on the user chart. This one is, it can be ground stabilized or sea stabilized depending on the status of your passage, either monitoring or planning or coastal passage. So here we will select target info, and you can see also here the CPA, speed, range, all data pertaining to the particular target on different radars, radar 2 and radar 1. And you can also overlay the radar screen on the chart. You press on this arrow down and select which radar you want to be displayed. For example, I don't know, some radar 1. So immediately it will be changed, the display mode will be changed to dusk mode to have the background black, same like on the radar. If you like it, you can keep it. If you don't like it, you can change it. But before going to changing the night vision, we can see these settings, same settings that you have on the radar, so you can change them remotely from ECDIS. Gain, sea, rain, just all same. This we change to day mode and disabled. So one more thing I want to tell you, when you start working with JRC IBS, One of the most irritating things is window closure. They close after 5 seconds. If you don't press anything, it will be closed after 5 seconds. Most of the time it is very irritating. You start doing something, but the window is closed before you can finish. So to amend it, there is one option that I can advise, but use it cautiously. Don't change anything else in that menu, only this one setting. So we go to menu, arrow down, code input. You should press 1501 1501 and then press enter. And you are solely interested in this window auto close time. Change it from 5 to whatever you need. For me is okay 99. So if I need to close, I will close it. If I don't need to close, it will be open for quite a long time. So 99 and close. Okay, that's it for today. See you next time. All the best.